Hi everyone, we're going to do a bit of a summary of the knowledge that we have about trigonometry. So, the first thing is we know that it relates to triangles. We know that it relates to right-angled triangles. And we know that it looks at the ratio between a given side and another side and how that relates to the angle within a triangle. Okay, first thing, as you know, we need to be able to name the sides of the triangle in relation to our specific angle. Now we're going to call this angle theta. Okay, there it is, theta. And before we need to actually worry about theta, we know that this side here, the longest one, is called the hypotenuse. We know that this angle here, right next to theta, is called the adjacent angle. No, it's called the adjacent side, right? And it is next to the angle. We have got this side here is opposite our angle. It does not touch our angle at all, whereas Jason here does touch the angle. Okay, really important that you are absolutely clear on which side is opposite to theta and which side is adjacent to theta. Now, important information that you should write on the top of every single page if you can't commit it to memory is SOHCAHTOA. Alright, and what that means is that sine of the angle, so the sine of theta, is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is equal to the length of the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse, and the tangent of theta is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the adjacent side. Okay, that is all fairly straightforward, but you really need to actually commit that to memory. I am going to now write up the extra equations that you need. So if we have got that the sine of theta is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse, the other equations that you need when you are looking at a particular triangle are these. If you want to find the length of the opposite side, then it is equal to the length of the hypotenuse multiplied by the sine of theta. And if you're trying to find the length of the hypotenuse, then it is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the sine of theta. Likewise, if you have got the equation where you've got the cosine of theta and that is equal to the length of the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse, then reorganising that equation gives us that the length of the adjacent side is equal to the hypotenuse times by cosine theta. And it also means that if we're looking to find the length of the hypotenuse, that is equal to the length of the adjacent side divided by the cosine of theta. And last but not least, if we have got that the tangent of theta is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, if I'm looking for the opposite side, then I am going to use the length of the adjacent side and I'm going to multiply it by the tangent of theta. And if I am looking for the adjacent side, then I am going to take the length of the opposite side and I am going to divide it by the tangent of theta. All right, now I strongly recommend that you write all of those into your rules and definitions book, because that will help you throughout the exercises. Okay.